Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun, and I'm going back down memory lane a little bit because Martell Holt vindicating Mel is just what's on topic right now. Now, I know y'all remember this panel. This is when the 1585% had come up, right? We gonna get into that. But it's Martell Delicious. I don't know who this dude is in the middle, and it's Tamara Rivera, Jason Lee, and then it's another lady on the end. This host right here, Chanel Scott, she's a hater because Martell really was taking up for Mel in this situation. So let's get into it.
In terms of rejection, so I was married for several years. I think some of you guys know that. And so within that relationship, I feel that my rejection came in, and I was complaining about me being rejected when it came to, dinners being cooked, sex, some of the things of that nature. And a lot of times I was pointing a finger at my wife at the time. I was telling her, like, hey, you need to take care of me. You should do this. You should do that. But in a conversation that I had earlier with my friend, I have to look at why she was rejecting me. And I feel that a person really isn't going to just reject you just because. And I feel that something that I was doing that made her not want to perform, not go in that kitchen and want to cook for me. Or when I tap her on the shoulder at night, not wanting to roll over. So I have to look a little deeper. I have to look at myself.
Okay.
And see the reason why.
Right. And so what did you discover?
She's the reason. She was rejecting me. And yeah, I went out there, I cheated because she wasn't doing X, Y, Z. Mm-hmm. But again, I really have to look at myself, and I haven't looked at myself until now.
So on this chemistry panelist, right, Martell is saying here that he put all the blame on Mel. And just recently, from whenever this was, a year ago, at this particular time, he said he had talked to a friend and he realized that it was him, right? He put it all on Mel, but what he was doing was making her not want to do this. Now, this hater right here, it's like, I don't want us to lose sight of it. But what I got, because my opinion is different from most, is that you weren't being heard. Girl, he cheated on his wife. Do you appreciate being cheated on? Let's keep going.
But how long did you contemplate stepping out before you actually did it? Because that's not something that you decide in a moment's time. There were some things that transpired.
Crazy. I'm so sorry, but it's crazy that you say that because the first time that I met that particular person, it was the night that my ex-wife was supposed to go into me to a barbecue. We got into it that night. She was on a computer in the bed, and she made this statement to me. We got into it. She said, go out there and find your girlfriend. She said, I mentioned she was on the show, she admitted to it and all that, but she said, go out there and find your girlfriend, as she was up in the bed on her computer. And I'm like, wow. So honestly, that got into my spirit apparently, because that night, I met the girl. I told her, I said, listen, I want you to be my girlfriend.
That's what you said?
Yeah. And I told her that night, I said, look, I want a girlfriend. And I told her XYZ. And
did you tell her you were married though?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. I always want my ring.
Don't nobody care if y'all married? Don't nobody care?
They don't.
Yes, I always want my ring. Always want my ring. And
So, when Big Ari was talking to Tasha K, she said that she did not know that Martell was married until about 9 months into their situation. She did say that when she met him at this particular party that he's talking about, that he went outside and called her within 5 minutes, that he got her phone number. And she also said that Martell thought she was going to a hotel that night. So, I guess they want to blame Mel for sending him out being with Big Ari. Because she said, go get your girlfriend. And like she said on the show, that's not what I meant. Right? So he was very literal. He went on out there and got him a girlfriend that night. Hold on.
Actually his cousin's house, but a girlfriend of mine invited me there. Maybe like a barbecue or something like that. So in Huntsville.
And so he pursued you?
He pursued me.
What did he say? Like when you're at the barbecue, did he walk up to you? What did he do?
Actually, he didn't even walk up to me. It was his cousin who said everything, you know. But
So you figured he told his cousin to hook?
I mean, he would have to, like, because I didn't pursue him.
So at least that much is true. They were at a barbecue. Let's keep going.
And Delicious just mentioned, she just asked me, did I feel guilty? You know, it's crazy because in the beginning phase, I felt guilty. And it's like, damn, what am I doing? But I guess as time progressed, I felt less and less guilty. It almost like it became the norm. So I guess for anybody, you know, it's don't get off into that situation, period. Yeah, because it's like 7 years in, I still communicate with that girl, and she is the mother of my son.
So Miss Hateration right here, she's like, oh no, this is important because he wasn't getting what he needed to get. Because Tammy over there said that this girl he's talking about was feeding his ego. And she was like, yes, that's exactly what he needed, right? But he didn't want to answer Tammy's question when she asked, why didn't he just leave? Because we know the answer to that. He thought he was going to stay with Mel and stay with this girl on the side who has become the mother of his 5th child, right? He didn't want to answer that because he didn't want that to happen. Let's keep going. So Hateration was asking him, like, you went on this show knowing that you was having an affair. Did you think it wasn't going to come out? Were you trying to hide it? He was like, no, he wasn't trying to hide it because that wasn't the premise of the show, right? And as the show went on and as people caught on, then it became the premise of the show. Martell is just, I mean, this was in the beginning. This was before the 20 babysitters, before he wanted to go with the narrative that Mel was cheating, right? And I think he did it right after this interview a year ago. Let's keep going.
How are you incorporating that 5th child?
To me, it's very simple. I've been a great father since I had my first child, and I'm carrying on with my 5th. It's no difference. Yeah. I have him the times that I have my 4 children, and a lot of people look like, how do you do it? I mean, hell, I just do it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, wait a minute. Did we not hear Ariane say that Martell didn't have Knox because he said he couldn't deal with that many kids at once? Didn't we hear that? And didn't we hear Mel say that she sends him food while they over to Marlene's house because he got to have help with the kids? Okay. But then she also asked him, like, how do you deal with Mel with the 5th child? And he was like, he doesn't allow her to say anything. So Hateration is like, oh, that's great because I feel like some women would feel differently or try to tell you how to raise your other child with the 4. Girl, let me be quiet. Let's keep going. We're going to wrap this thing up, but let's get into this 15 versus 85%. Let's go.
He said that your side piece only really gave you like 15-20% of what you were missing.
Yeah, look at you, a producer up here. Okay, go ahead.
No, that's correct, right?
No, that's accurate.
Your wife was giving you 80%, but you were willing to risk that for 15 or 20?
I think that was very foolish of me to do such a thing. But at that time, I'm not thinking like, oh, my wife giving me 85% and she's giving me 15 or whatever. I wasn't thinking like that. So, I mean, if I had thought like that, I would have been like, hell no, I don't want that damn 15%. I'm going to stick in this house and sit my ass down somewhere. But that wasn't the case. I think that I wasn't thinking.
But you know what? If you give 85%, you deserve to lose everything you got to that 15%.
And Jason, that's exactly what has happened. He is with the 15%. Not him back there talking to Delicious about Big Ari being 15% before they brought it out to the stage. He's already just opening up and giving someone that information that she's less than. Right? Because she is not greater than. I hope they're both happy. This is a mess. Y'all, let's talk about it in the comments. It's your girl, Millie Chan. Bye.